So take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just notice the space you're in. Be aware of where you are. Aware that you've set aside this hour for yourself, for your growth, for your inner work. Take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just feel that breath flow down through your body, from the crown of your head, down through the face, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the torso, the legs, sort of landing in your body through your breath. And then taking another deep breath in, and just be aware that that is a breath, a conscious breath. And as you breathe out, just feel that breath flowing through you, life energy flowing through your body. And of course, you've been breathing all day, but perhaps that's the first really conscious breath you've taken, bringing you back into your body, out of your head, out of your thoughts, and into your body. And as we are on this 9-week little challenge to be tuned into ourselves and our deepest, highest intentions, I invite you to bring your hands to your heart and tune into that as a way to center yourself in this meditation. So as you take your next few breaths and feel the warmth of your hands at your heart, asking yourself, if this were my last 24 hours of life, without being morbid, what's actually important? What truly has meaning for me? Who am I? And how do I express that in this last 24 hours? What is my highest intention as I express my own life force energy in this day? And this highest, deepest intention should feel like it rests well inside your heart. It has a home there that feels really comfortable. So that whatever challenges have come up today or may come up over the next 24 hours, this intention is like a North Star, a lighthouse. Whatever this challenge is, this is the priority in that moment. And so if it's not something that feels like it can sit within any of those situations, then maybe you need to go deeper. And then once you hear a whisper, and if it's not the perfect one, that's okay, it can change. Rest easy with what has bubbled up tonight. And then looking back over the week you've had, what parts of you have arisen in this last week that had other intentions? What parts of you took your attention elsewhere? So if my highest and deepest intention is loving connection to all beings, and I found that in a moment of stress and conflict, I allowed my desire to be right, to be heard, to rest higher than that loving connection. And that's the part that may need some attention right now. The part of me that just needs to be right. What parts of you have arisen? Maybe it's a part of you that feels overwhelmed by how much you have on right now. Maybe it's a part of you that doubts yourself. Maybe it's a part of you that feels angry and annoyed by certain people. Maybe it's a part of you that wants justice, demands it. Maybe it's a part of you that thinks life is fair and it must always be fair. Just tune in. You'll know the part because it'll be out of sync with your highest, deepest intention. And then once you notice, just acknowledging this is normal. Everybody feels this way or experiences this at some time. We're all human. We're all in this together. And then have a few kind words for that part of you. I know it's hard. I'm here to get to know you. I know you've had some tricky experiences in the past. Whatever feels right to you. Just some kind, non-judgmental words as you get to know all parts of you, remembering that all parts are sacred. And you can keep your eyes closed or you can open them for a moment. We're just going to talk a little bit about your sacral chakra. And so your sacral chakra, of course, is located at your sacrum. And it is a chakra of flow. The element is water. And when this chakra is in balance, you have a sense of flowing with life, being able to, like a stream running down the mountainside, just flow around obstacles, accept what is, keep moving with the flow of energy, flow of life energy. And so when this chakra is out of balance, you're getting stuck. You're starting to cling to things. You're getting attached to things. And so then the flow of energy, the flow of life through you becomes stagnant and heavy. You might notice this as you get attached to certain substances or certain things that life has to offer. If you begin to get fearful of change, if you start to have an unhealthy attachment to certain people or substances. As part of this chakra, there is the flow of our emotions, our emotional guidance system. And so there's not a positive emotion or a negative emotion, there are just emotions that are normal. What makes them more negative is when we don't let them flow through us and move on. So it's all there to be experienced. But when we begin to hang on to, whether it's ones that are unpleasant, hanging on to anger, hanging on to guilt, hanging on to bitterness, hanging on to sadness, then that becomes stagnant. Conversely, we can hang on to the positive things in life without a fear that they won't be here again. If you're feeling fragmented and volatile, your emotions are all over the shop, then that's an imbalance here in the sacral chakra. Alternatively, if you've just cut yourself off from your emotions and you're feeling numb, you've distanced yourself from feeling anything out of fear, then you're out of balance. We're meant to feel, just not to cling to those feelings or identify with them as if they're who we are. If life is feeling very dry, that there's no pleasure or juiciness to life, then this chakra is out of balance. This chakra asks us to savor life with our five senses, to enjoy all the wonderful sensual pleasures that being human has to offer without going overboard. And so it asks us to enjoy that cup of coffee, to enjoy that warm bath, to enjoy the garden, to enjoy food and sex and massages, whatever is there, sensual pleasures, enjoy them. That's the beauty of being human. And so just notice if there's any clues there that your sacral chakra is out of balance. And you can think of those as parts of you. There is part of me that is cut off from her emotions. There is part of me that's not enjoying life. There is part of me that feels all over the shop. And there's part of me that's very fearful of losing X, Y, or Z, and so I cling. Just noticing. And so ways to balance the sacral chakra, Swadhistana, or to be near water, spend more time near water. To do things that are sensual and pleasing to you, have a massage, do something beautiful outside, paint, have a beautiful meal, light the candles, have nice linen. And we can use our breath as well as a tool to feel life and make sure it's still flowing through us. So just as every cycle of breath, we accept it and we let it go. We accept it and we let it go. So the breath is a real metaphor for the flow that the sacral chakra asks us to have. If we held on to our breath for too long, then that's not a positive thing. It's not life-giving. Nor can we hold it out for too long. We need to keep bringing in and letting go. And so there's a beautiful poem I'll read to you and then we'll get started. It's called Wage Peace by Judyth Hill. And it really speaks to this. You can use your breath to choose what to focus on in life. You can use your breath to breathe out what's not serving and to notice what's really beautiful in your life. She actually does it the opposite to how I would do it. She breathes in the unpleasant and breathes out awareness of the pleasant. You could swap those around. So she says, wage peace with your breath. Breathe in firemen and rubble. Breathe out whole buildings and flocks of red-winged blackbirds. Breathe in terrorists. And breathe out sleeping children and freshly mown fields. Breathe in confusion. And breathe out maple trees. Breathe in the fallen. And breathe out lifelong friendships intact. Wage peace with your listening, hearing sirens, pray loud. Remember your tools, flower seeds, clothespins, clean rivers. Make soup, play music. Memorize the words for thank you in 3 languages. Learn to knit and make a hat. Think of chaos as dancing raspberries. Imagine grief as the out-breath of beauty or the gesture of fish. Swim for the other side. Wage peace. Never has the world seemed so fresh and precious. Have a cup of tea and rejoice. Act as if armistice has already arrived. Celebrate today. And so I invite you now to either lying down for our relaxation or stay sitting up. We're just going to prep our bodies a little bit with some squeezing and releasing of tension from the muscles, feeling how we can use our breath to let go. So breathe in and squeeze your toes. Feel some tension in your toes and breathe out, release them. Breathe in, squeeze and make tension in your toes. And breathe out, release. Breathe in and flex your feet, drawing your toes towards your head. And then breathe out, relax them. Breathing in, tension in your feet. Breathe out, relaxing. Breathing in and squeeze all the muscles you can find in your legs. And breathe out, let go. Breathe in, squeeze all the muscles you can find, the lower legs, the thighs, all around the knees, and then release. Breathing in and tensing your abdomen and your lower back. And breathing out, letting go. Breathing in, feel the tension there in your belly and your lower back. Notice what that feels like. And as you breathe out, soften, feel the difference. Sometimes we forget what it feels like, and holding tension feels normal. Breathe in and expand the chest and draw the shoulders back. And breathe out, soften while still keeping the heart open. Breathing in, draw the shoulders back, open the heart. And breathing out, softening. Breathing in, make fists with your hands and squeeze your arms in close to your body. And breathing out, let go. Feel the softness in your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers. Breathe in, wage some peace in your arms with your breath. Hold the tension for a moment. And then as you breathe out, feel how peace can now flow into that space you've created. Breathe in and tighten your shoulders up towards your ears. Scrunch up your face. And breathe out, soften, even give a little jiggle to your shoulders. Wiggle your eyebrows, stretch your lips. Notice the difference. Breathing in, noticing whatever has brought tension into your mind, into your body today, tensing your face as well. And then breathing out and welcoming clarity and spaciousness and flow. And then 2 more breaths. Breathing in and tense every muscle you can find in the whole of your body. And breathing out. Feel a wave of openness. You've created space, flow through the whole of your body. Breathing in, tense every muscle you can find. And breathe out, soften, relax, release, spread, openness. And then this time, focusing on the whole of your body. Tense the muscles, but only about 50%. Hold that 50% tension for a moment. And then when you're ready, just sigh that out on a whisper. And then breathing in just about 20% tension. What does that feel like in your body? And breathing out, feeling spaciousness. Breathing in just about 5% tension through every muscle you can find in your body. Sneaky little pockets of just 5% tension. And release. And finally, breathing in just 0.5%. The tiniest bit of tension coming into every part of your body, your eyebrows, your forehead, your shoulders, your belly, your legs, your toes, your fingers. And then whisper it out. And feel how you can be here in this moment, aware and soft and open, accepting each breath and releasing each breath. There's a trust that the next breath will come. And so you can let go. You don't need to hang on. You feel the comfortable flow of the breath in and out of your body. A lovely wave-like movement. Accepting and taking in. And happily releasing and letting go. Like this next in breath, this acceptance, this openness represents something joyous in your life right now. Like Judyth Hill, wage peace with your breath. Notice something beautiful and breathe it in. The joy, the beauty of it. And breathe out and let it go. Knowing that the beauty and the joy is still there, but you don't have to hang on. Breathing in again. Something you're grateful for. Open to it, accept it, acknowledge it, savor it. And as you breathe out, let it go, let it be free, let it flow in your life. Feel the softness in your body that's there when you don't cling. Again, breathe in something so precious to you. Smell it, feel it. And as you breathe out, let it be spacious and free, open and relaxed. An easy existence together, trusting. And then I invite you to focus on something in your life that's challenging right now, stressful, brings anxiety, brings annoyance, brings unpleasantness in whatever way. Breathe in awareness. And as you breathe out, have an intention of just saying, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Breathing in, aware of it, turning towards it. And as you breathe out, allowing, 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 creating space around it. Maybe it would feel good with the out breath to surround it with love. Breathe in awareness. Might be a person, a situation, a thought, a belief, an emotion. And as you breathe out, feel into how can you create space and lightness here. And in some way, having the intention not to avoid, not to pretend it isn't there, but to turn towards it with love, with compassion, with trust, with flow. There is a taking responsibility, being mindful, being present, alongside allowing, releasing, creating space. And then I invite you to take your awareness to the base of your spine. And get a sense that you're breathing in and out at the base of your spine. So that as you breathe in, there's a sense of the lower back becoming more spacious. And as you breathe out, the low back recentering, settling, relaxing. Each in-breath is as if the space between the vertebrae expands. And with your out-breath, the low back, the spine relaxes and settles and recenters. And with the next in-breath, starting at the base of the spine, that sense of opening and expanding and creating space comes up to the middle back now. And as you breathe out, there's a softening, a settling. Each flow of in-breath takes your awareness a little bit further up the spine, opening, lengthening, expanding. And the out-breath settling and softening. And awareness coming right up now to behind the heart. The out-breath flowing back down the spine, down to the lower back. A spacious breath flowing up to the shoulders now. And the out-breath settling down through the spine. The in-breath coming up to the base of the skull. Expansive, open. And the out-breath settling down the spine. You might even imagine the water element of the Sacral Chakra, and it's as if the spine is like a water feature with water trickling back down it with the out-breath. The in-breath now flowing right up to the crown of the head. And the out-breath now flows over the face, down the front of the body, and back down to the groin, the perineum. And when you're ready to breathe in, let that expansive, spacious breath flow up the back of the body, up the spine, all the way to the crown. And the out-breath flow down the front of the body, down to the groins. And so continue to breathe in this way, up the back of the body and down the front of the body. Thinking of the characteristics of the sacral chakra, the flow like water. And then you're going to bring in the mantra, the bija mantra of the sacral chakra now, which is VAM, V-A-M. And so as the breath rises up the spine, you say inside your mind, VAM. So VAM rising up the spine. And VAM flowing down the front. And repeating in your own mind. And if you're in a space where you could chant out loud, that I invite you to do so now, if that would feel good. But it is equally effective done internally. And if your mind wanders, you get distracted, that's normal. Just acknowledge with compassion, without judgment, and come back to the flow of the breath and the repeating of the VAM mantra. Allowing the mantra and the feel of the breath to focus the mind. If you are a visual person, you may like to also visualize an orange glow at the level of your hips. I'd imagine that the radiance of that orange glow rises up the spine with your breath and showers down over the front of the body with your out breath. This orange glow representing your ability to flow with life, to feel your emotions, to appreciate and savor life. Allowing each breath to be fresh and precious. Savor each breath. Acknowledging when your thoughts wander off. And you may imagine them like leaves flowing down a stream. And you're sitting next to the stream, watching, noticing, seeing the flow of water. And every once in a while, a thought comes past like a leaf floating past. You see it, acknowledge it, notice it, and then watch it go. It doesn't affect your sitting, your breathing, you're observing, you're being present. It's just something else to notice. Floating past in the sea, the flow of your consciousness. It's not good or bad, right or wrong. It's just what's here. And you can breathe and chant and wage peace with your breath in this stillness. And perhaps it's nice to imagine that you are floating out on the ocean in a boat. And you feel the waves rocking the boat up and down in a gentle motion, following the breath. And you feel the flow of your own breath, waves, rhythmic, holding you. And every once in a while, the boat gets taken where thought begins to drift away. But there's an anchor line there that goes deep into the ocean. And at some point, you notice that your boat is drifted off on some thought pattern. And then you're back. The anchor line grows taut. And you're back in this moment, aware of your breath, aware of the Bija mantra, aware of your body, perhaps the orange glow at your sacrum. All is well. All normal. With every conscious breath you take, you strengthen your neural pathways of peace, even when the effort doesn't seem that peaceful. With each conscious, focused breath, you strengthen neural pathways that build resilience, concentration, a deep inner stillness. Staying curious to the flow of your own breath. The flow of your own awareness. You can't get this wrong. And perhaps imagining now that from your boat, each breath, each wave of breath ripples out a little bit further, out into the ocean, into the sky, out into the world, like a stone dropped into water that sends waves in a circle out from it. Imagine the waves of your own awareness and consciousness getting more and more spacious, allowing the sacrum, the lower spine, to be the center of that wave of awareness. With each breath, awareness rippling out a little bit further, coming back to center and then rippling out a little bit more spacious. Perhaps aware that it's hard to feel where you end and where the space around you begins. All flows together. And as your awareness grows more and more spacious, in the sense of your interconnectedness to all that is. A oneness with all that is. Your body is the anchor line. As your awareness ripples out, expansive, infinite. Spacious with the out breath, the in breath sigh, and centered with the out breath. Awareness flowing out into the universe with the in breath. And feeling the centeredness of you with the out breath. Touching the sky with your in-breath. And feeling where your body meets the floor with your out-breath. Touching the depths of the ocean with your in-breath. And feeling the air on your skin with the out-breath. Feeling all of you expanding like the branches of a tree with the in-breath. And feeling centered and grounded like the roots of the tree with your out-breath. And then letting go of any sort of controlling the breath, of the mantra, and just resting in awareness of what is in this space. And so getting a sense of the feel of the room around you, feeling the weight of your body, resting against the floor, the cushions of the chair, the bed. Feeling the air around you, whether it's warm or cool, still and moving. Get a sense of your fingers and toes and invite them to have a little wiggle to reawaken. Take a longer, deeper breath, really full, and expand the belly. And then let it go. Take another deep, full breath, expand the belly. Take that breath right up into the rib cage. And release. And then one more full deep breath, expand the belly, expand the rib cage. Let the breath come right up to the base of the throat. And release. And then when you're ready, beginning to slowly open your eyes, looking around this space, noticing how you feel. The feel of your body, your breath, your emotions, your thoughts. Just conscious of what is. And then have a deep breath in and take the arms overhead, have a stretch. And open out. And let's finish with 3 VAM mantras together. So breathing in deeply. VAM. Breathing in. Va. Breathing in. Va. Wage peace. Never has the world seemed so fresh and precious. Have a cup of tea and rejoice after tonight. Act as if armistice has already arrived. Celebrate today. It's the essence of Swadhistana. Celebrate and savor what is good. And allow the 10,000 joys and 10,000 sorrows to flow. Let them come and go. And thank you all for sharing that practice. If you can stay to share what was significant for you in your practice, what was difficult, experience you've had, whatever it is you like to share, what you'll take with you